Good evening, everybody. Am I ready?
No, you are.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to tap you.
I didn't know if we were on or not. Thank you for attending our meeting tonight. Please sign in at the attendance sheet. Turn off any cell phones, and please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our next regular meeting will be on July 8th at 7 p.m. July audit of claims meeting will be held on the first Monday, July 7th at 5:30 p.m. Executive session may occur this evening if deemed necessary. Tonight's correspondence, the town received a thank you letter from the Polar Bears Ski Club, thanking us for their continued support for the Polar Bear ski program. We're happy that they're up there as well. Would you like to read the letter from the assessor, please?
I will.
Thank you.
So the assessor has a letter going out. It's going to be on our website, and you're also going to get a postcard in the mail, but we're just giving a little heads up. Dear property owner, here at the Town of Webb Assessor's Office, we make an effort to maintain accurate physical property inventory of all the parcels in our town. Our data collector will be doing an exterior physical inspection of all the properties in the town. The interior data will be estimated. The data collector, as well as anyone from the assessor's office, will carry a photo identification badge. Do not permit anyone to enter your property. We'll be doing exterior data collection. To refuse the data collector outside entry onto your property, you must file a signed refusal document with the assessor's office. The property data will still be collected from the right-of-way to the best of our abilities. If you wish to be present when the data collector verifies the inventory of your property, please call the office at 315-369-6880 to schedule an appointment. You may view your inventory online at townofweb.sdgnys.com/index.aspx on the website. If anyone has any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Again, the phone number is 315-369-6880. Or you may email Tina at tyuckel@townofwebny.gov, or in person at 183 Park Ave, Old Forge, New York, or mail, Post Office Box 157, Old Forge, New York. You also may find the information on the Town of Webb website, townofwebny.gov. On our website, and it'll be mailed to everybody.
Thank you, Tina. You covered all the bases
You're
there.
welcome. I tried, and if anybody sees me walking or at the store, please don't hesitate to stop and talk.
Thank
all
you.
good.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Tina.
Great.
Knowledge is power.
Thank you, Tina.
So when are you starting and how long do you think it'll be?
Well, we have another get together with KLW, the rebuild company we're working with, and the state of New York on June 17th. So hopefully, once final roll gets filed, July 1st, we'll get really ramped up and have some public meetings, and we'll be out in full force data collecting, and then everything will be assessed by March 1st of 2026. That's taxable status day. So.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We have a bid opening for hauling of solid waste. The board advertised to accept bids for the hauling of solid waste from the Town of Webb transfer station to the designated Oneida Herkimer Waste Management Authority site. All bids were due to the Town Clerk on or before June 10th at 7 p.m. Will the clerk please read the notice of bidders?
Please take notice pursuant to a resolution of the Town Board of the Town of Webb, and pursuant to law, sealed bids marked bid on the envelope will be received, publicly opened, and read aloud at a meeting of said Town Board to be held on the 10th day of June, 2025 at 7 p.m. at the Town of Webb Municipal Office Building, 3140 State Route 28, and a contract awarded to the lowest responsible bidder for the contract for hauling of solid waste, garbage, from the Town of Webb transfer station to a location designated by the Oneida Herkimer Solid Waste Authority. Complete specifications are on file with the Town Clerk of the Town of Webb. A non-inclusion certificate shall be included. Bidder must meet all specification. Said board reserves the right to reject all bids for any reason whatsoever and to withhold the awarding of a contract for said purchase. All bids to be in the hands of the Town Clerk of the Town of Webb on or before 7 p.m. on the 10th day of June 2025, dated 5/13/2025, by order of the town board, Nancy T. Russell.
Thank you. Do we have any bids?
We have one bid. It is from Rauscher Brothers. They're our hauler now. So from June 1st, 2025 to June 30th, 2026, it's a bid of $385 per haul. From July 1st, 26 to June 30th, 27, $395. And from July 1st, 27 to June 30th, 2028, it's a bid of $405 per haul. There'll be a fuel charge of 5% per 50 cents over any fuel exceeding $5 per gallon. Thank you. They've always put that in the bid. So far, we've been looking. Signed Doug Rauscher, President and Treasurer of Rauscher Brothers, and we have the non-collusion certificate. And that's it. We got the one.
What was
Thank
the
you.
25 to 26? 385?
385, yep.
And then 395, 405.
385, 395, and
Okay.
405. And right now, we pay $380. And it went up $10
Yeah.
the last 3 years. $10 each year.
Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we accept the bid from Rauscher.
Mike, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Kyle? Board discussion?
Not much of a choice.
True.
Don't say that.
The garbage at the transfer station that they haul away?
I did send another bid out. We didn't hear from anybody else. I did send another one out.
Thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Lindsay?
Aye.
Councilman Hannah?
Aye.
Councilman Greco?
Aye.
Councilman Ross?
Aye.
Supervisor Winter?
Aye.
5 ayes.
This is why our garbage sticker program is so important.
Yes, it is. Thank you. This next one is something that we did Monday, but because Senator Walczyk's office did not give us a bill number, we're just gonna read it again with the bill number in it. Resolution requesting passage of a special law in relation to authority of Matthew Terpenning to take the Town of Webb police officer competitive examination and to be placed on the eligible list. Whereas the Town of Webb employs a police department staffed by competitively appointed police officers who meet the qualifications set forth in statute and regulations. And whereas appointment to such police officer positions is based on competitive civil service examinations and resulting eligible list. And whereas the Town of Webb Police Department has suffered staffing shortages and recruitment difficulties that imperil the health, safety, and welfare of the town's residents and visitors. And whereas Matthew Terpenning is a part-time police officer who desires to take the competitive examination to become a full-time police officer, but for the upper age limit of the competitive examination. And whereas the New York State Senate has pending a bill, S 8281-A, that would allow Terpenning to take the examination, notwithstanding his age, and that there is a similar Assembly Bill, A 8732-A, and whereas the town board finds that allowing Terpenning to sit for the examination and to be placed on the eligible list, should he pass, will serve the health, safety, and welfare of the town. Now therefore be it resolved that the town finds and requests that it does not have the power to allow Matt Terpenning to sit in for competitive civil service examination for the Town of Webb police officer, or to place him on the eligible list if he passes. That the town supervisor and town board request that the legislature pass and the governor sign a bill enacting a special law to allow Matthew Terpenning to sit for the competitive civil service examination for the Town of Webb Police, and if he achieves a passing score, that he'll be placed on the eligible list, notwithstanding his age. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Ben, second.
I'll second it.
Board discussion?
I think it's a good idea.
Pardon me?
I think it's a good idea.
Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Lindsay?
Aye.
Councilman Hannah?
Aye.
Councilman Greco?
Aye.
Councilman Ross?
Aye.
Supervisor Baker?
Aye.
5 ayes.
Appointment of Assisting Building Inspector, a motion to appoint Brian Dornberg as a full-time Town of Webb Assistant Building Inspector with benefits effective June 9th, 2025. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay. Any board discussion?
Welcome aboard.
Yeah. Good applicants again. Tough decision. This is just for, Jay moved up into Andy's job as code enforcement. This guy's filling Jay's job, Brian.
Thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Lindsay?
Aye.
Councilman Hannah?
Aye.
Councilman Greco?
Aye.
Councilman Ross?
Aye.
Supervisor Baker?
Aye.
5 ayes.
A police appointment, a motion to appoint Michael Levicar, a part-time police officer in the Town of Webb Police Department, effective May 15th. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Kyle, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Mike, board discussion?
Oh, this is great.
No, I think it's a good idea.
I think we have a full group.
Help with the
A lot of
water.
good changes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll have somebody on the water now. That'll be a big help.
Yeah.
And the boat docking.
And boat docking.
Parking. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Lindsay?
Aye.
Councilman Hannah?
Aye.
Councilman Greco?
Aye.
Councilman Ross?
Aye.
Supervisor Baker?
Aye.
5 ayes.
Police Department surplus. We have a motion to declare a 2019 Blizzard 20 CH call hauler surplus. The trailer will be sold on Auctions International with a minimum bid of $14,500. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Ben. Second?
I'll second it.
Mike. Any board discussion on that?
I think that was the trailer that was a command.
Yes.
Correct.
post that-
That's
Yeah,
correct.
it hasn't really been used.
Right.
Right. Yeah, no,
And he has an equipment line that he started that he'd like to, a capital reserve for equipment, so he'd like to put that into there.
right.
Perfect.
Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Lindsay?
Aye.
Councilman Hannah?
Aye.
Councilman Greco?
Aye.
Councilman Ross?
Aye.
Supervisor Baker?
Aye.
5 ayes.
We have Macaulay Mountain surplus. It's a motion to declare one of the towers from the new chair surplus and be donated to Woods Valley Ski Area. He's done an awful lot for our hill. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Kyle, second?
I'll second it.
Board discussion.
This is great. Kevin brought it to my attention, and I think, he has a very valid point. Woods Valley has helped us a ton in the past. And in order, to keep that relationship going, this is a great thing to give back, and especially that we have a couple of the towers left over that he can utilize. I think this is awesome.
I agree. Roll call vote, please, Nancy.
Councilman Lindsay?
Aye.
Councilman Hannah?
Aye.
Councilman Greco?
Aye.
Councilman Ross?
Aye.
Supervisor Baker?
Hi.
5 ayes.
Planning Board appointment. A motion to appoint Amy Van Wee to the Planning Board to fulfill Robert Schuler's term to expire on 12/31/2029. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Mike, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Tom, board discussion?
I want to thank Robert Schuler for his service on that board.
And thank you to Amy for
Thank you,
stepping
Amy,
up.
for stepping up.
Yeah.
Thank you and thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Gardner?
Ooh, Lindsay.
Sorry. I don't have a garden.
You do have.
Better come
Gardner
back
in
next
there.
I copied and pasted, I'm sorry. Let's start over.
I say
Councilman
yes.
Lindsay,
Yes.
Kurt's
good
back.
catch. Kurt's back. Councilman Hannah,
Aye.
Councilman Greco,
Aye.
Councilman Ross,
Aye.
Supervisor Baker.
Aye.
Or Supervisor, but we still have 5 ayes, that's the important.
Barb's in there too.
Oh, she is.
Yes, there's a green in there, sir.
I'm happy to face it.
Wow.
I admit it.
She'll be excited to be back.
Good Hill's hard to find.
It's on the next one too. So watch out for the next one. Yeah. And I looked this over, so. A resolution authorizing the sale of town real property at Indian Road.
Oh, that's right. We got it.
Whereas the town owns approximately 40-foot by 120-foot wide parcel of land at the southern terminus of Indian Road, an unimproved road in the town of Webb, which adjoins property now owned by Yupso LLC. Yupso, which is depicted more fully on Schedule A attached hereto, the parcel, and whereas since the town has owned the parcel, it has remained unimproved and not maintained, and has historically been used for ingress and egress by residents of properties that adjoin the parcel. And whereas the town board has received an offer from Yupso LLC to purchase the parcel for consideration of $8,000, which price has been set by the town assessor as the full market value of the parcel. And whereas the town board has opined that the parcel is not needed for town purposes. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board finds that the sale of the parcel will not interfere with any public purpose, and further that the parcel is not needed for any public purpose. And be it therefore resolved that the sale of the parcel will benefit the town, and be it further resolved that the town board hereby authorizes the sale of the parcel to Yupso LLC in accordance with Town Law, Section 64. And be it further resolved that the town supervisor is hereby directed and authorized to execute and deliver instruments and documents necessary to effectuate the sale, and be it therefore resolved that this resolution is adopted subject to permissive referendum pursuant to Town Law, Article 7, and shall not take effect until such time as provided therein. The town clerk is hereby authorized and directed to post and publish the notice required for resolution subject to permissive referendum. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Mike, second.
I'll second.
Kyle. Board discussion.
Well, this is something that we've all witnessed, we walked it,
Yeah. Lost a shoe in it.
yeah.
Yep, yep.
The, Casey Crowfoot, our highway superintendent, has been involved in this. So we totally know what's going on and that it's not of any use of ours.
And add more to the tax roll.
Right. And they really need it, so.
Yeah.
Roll call vote, please.
Let's try this again. Councilman Lindsay,
Aye.
Councilman Hannah,
Aye.
Councilman Greco,
Aye.
Councilman Ross,
Aye.
Supervisor Baker.
Aye.
We got 5 ayes.
And you were the only ones in there.
So we have a cyclical assessment plan. The following resolution is necessary to secure maintenance aid for our current update project, and it demonstrates our commitment to keeping assessments up to date based on the market trends provided for a equitable distribution of tax burden. Do I have a motion that the Town of Webb Town Board direct the Town of Webb assessor to prepare and submit a 4-year cyclical reassessment plan to the New York State Office of Real Property Tax Services, Real Property Law, Section number 1573, for the 26-29 through the 26-29 years,
I'll make
2026 to 2029.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. Second,
I'll second.
Kyle and Ben, board discussion.
This is just to not get so far behind
Correct.
for the revals and all that stuff, right?
Keep up with it.
Right.
Okay. Has this been how long again?
It's been since 2012.
2012.
Yeah.
And it's recommended to go every
5 years.
4 years.
We can also get state aid if we file this with the state for the cyclical assessments.
Mm-hmm.
So it's helpful.
I want to thank,
Thank you, Tina. Yep.
Yeah, thank you, Tina.
yes, thank you
Thank
for
you.
your hard work on this, Tina.
Appreciate it. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Lindsay?
Aye.
Councilman Hannah?
Aye.
Councilman Greco?
Aye.
Councilman Ross?
All right.
Supervisor Baker?
Aye. Councilman Lindsay, do you have anything this evening?
I got a few short things. First and foremost, I know this announcement might be a little early, but with 11 days until graduation, I want to wish the graduating class of 2025 the best of luck on their future endeavors. And I hope everyone has a, very good, relaxing summer before they head off to their first year of college. Other than that, though, I don't really have much. Linda did just give us all the library booklet for the upcoming summer, which she has more, it looks like. This is great, Linda. You've been doing absolute fantastic work at that library with all these different events that you have over there, and I thank you for that. It seems every time I come home from work, if you have something going on, there always seems to be a great attendance. So I thank you for bringing that to this town, and it's just nothing but positive feedback, so thank you.
Yeah.
Everybody's loving the craft,
Thank you
loving
very
it.
much.
That's all I got.
Kyle, do you have an update on the school? Or do you want to mention that again? School road closing?
I don't have an update. The work has started.
Okay.
We didn't meet for our June meeting, my schedule, some things got turned around there. But the work has started. As you can see, the fence is along Gilbert. It's not fully shut down to a 1 lane yet, but I would assume soon they will need to shut it down. So I know they were going to try and keep it open as long as they can. So that's
Thank
where
you.
we're at right now. I hope to meet with them within the next couple of weeks.
Thank you. Councilman Hannah, do you have something?
Well, I'd like to thank Bonnie and Mike and Kevin and Macaulay Mountain Crew for being up early there for the successful sale of the chairs. Big shout out to all the people that came up to grab a piece of Macaulay Mountain history. It was great seeing all the people up there early in the morning. The first vehicle got there at 5 a.m. and someone said by 7 a.m. people were parked almost at the transfer station. So it was good to see that and watch them sell fast. I'd like to thank the CAA for the upcoming event, Dad Fest, this weekend, and all the events they put on to promote business in the town of Webb. They don't receive the recognition they deserve for all the hard work they do for the town of Webb. Last month, Bonnie and I had a meeting with Keep Our Wildlife Wild Group, and want to thank them for their efforts of conservation and for public safety in the town of Webb. That's all I got.
Thank you very much, Councilman Greco.
We had a couple of bears floating around this season. They go back away?
They're around.
No, they're in my backyard.
I was gonna say, it already, because
We're not
said it was gonna take a
We're not
while.
sharing
Did it work-
locations.
I
did it work already or what?
My dog has been letting me know every night that they're there.
I've got a couple things. Down here. That email there for the health insurance stuff, I just chatted with the consultant to the counties, Herkimer County, Otsego County, and Lewis County on that consortium they're working on, just to try and see what it was all about, try and learn a couple things, try and make the health insurance a little more affordable. It is consultant to the counties to gather around 2,000 people through the towns to make it all much more affordable for us here. So it's one of the things that the counties are working on. And you know, it's kind of really black and white with what it is. I know you guys, we had some questions on it and whatnot, so I didn't go any further than to just say, you know, whatever you guys are gathering, I'm sure whenever those exact quotes or what it means for us, or could mean for us, would be put in front of us by the county or whoever, and just kind of left it at that, because I think that was kind of up in the air. And then that that, I don't know if you updated anybody lately on the ice rink or the location, or if you know, when we talked with, where they were gonna, because they want to put the boards out so we can start using them, even if we are putting up an open air facility or whatever, they want to put the boards out to try and make it a little bit of a better spot for people to be ice skating, playing hockey, whatever. And when we were doing that, they got the boards out, checked them out, the ones that are stored up there by the old dump. The guys doing the work, the ones that want to make it happen, all decided that it was just best to put those boards where we're currently at, where the rink currently is, you know, with the lights and the bathroom and all that stuff. And I think with those guys being the ones doing the work, I think it makes the most sense. So there should be, they got to see how much work it's going to be, or how much, if those are made for that. I think those boards are a little more made for indoor or permanent use kind of thing. So, but I think we all agreed that was the spot, or because of what they suggested for now. And this doesn't mean we're not still looking into the rink down at North Street or whatever. And then, the CA, I mean, you know, Ben already said it, but all the stuff going on, there's stuff you keep up with other towns and things like that. And I think these events really do like keep us going here, especially with, things going a certain way right now with other towns that are similar to ours. So I just want to thank the CA, all those people that are doing that stuff for us. Everybody across the town, it's the same old story. Like we're doing pretty good for all that we have right now, and we're holding on. It's nice to see. And then, that zoning update, I went ahead and emailed the lawyer myself. I didn't, just to try and see where it was at, and I didn't get a response. So
We got one today.
Yeah, I didn't bring it. Basically, he's still in the review, and he's reviewing.
time I didn't ask you.
Reviewing every one of these pages.
We did call him
I knew you were
today.
gonna ask me. And he's making sure he's not missing anything. He's just trying to do a thorough job. He's not trying to do it, and we're not his only client.
They're still into it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's all.
He promised he didn't put it in the back
I
shelf.
like Brian, man.
I do too.
Good chats about it. I didn't think he was going to respond.
Anything else?
You good?
On you, Mike. Good luck.
Councilman
you're
Ross,
supposed
what do you have this evening?
Well, I guess I'll bring up the chairs. I guess I owe you guys lunch.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, you do.
I was the one that said, I don't think they're gonna sell that fast, and Pipe was 20 minutes. They were sold. At that price too.
That's pretty cool.
As far as the CAA, we could definitely use some help. There's a lot of people that work their butts off in the CAA, and it seems to be the same ones all the time, so volunteerism is, would be nice to have. But I did, since you're here, Kevin, if you don't mind, we brought up getting rid of that one pole that we don't need. There's a couple more. What do we do with those?
Well, the towers.
The towers, I'm sorry.
Aren't any use to us, but the sheds and the catwalks are for spare parts.
So is that something that will end up being scrap metal, or is it, I mean, you're just gonna,
We'll sit on for a while and think of what we can do with them.
okay. Just curious, because, I mean, they're not little things. But that's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just have a couple things. We have signs ordered for the boat parking and for our new local wildlife law, and you should see those going up soon. Tina Yucca is having private Pilates classes that she's now running out of the Bears Den. There may be times when she can't have her class there, and she's asking if she can use the Park Ave building as long as it's available. She has provided insurance and was wondering what the fee would be if we granted her use.
I think there was a question of what other people pay to use it, and then just
So I
make it
think
the
that
same.
we have someone else who pays $50 a month but uses it regularly. So maybe we could just charge Tina per usage, because she doesn't, it's not like she's gonna be using it, I'm gonna use it 4 times this month, but
Right.
just on a usage basis.
So, yeah, because there's no planned usage. You're just
No, it's just when she can't do it at the Bears Den.
Because I'm still gonna continue to offer the Pilates classes through the Town of Webb Recreation Department that I offer all year that I do. And they're a free class that.
through the Bears Den.
No,
No,
the
she
one
does
I
it
do
through
through
us.
the Bears Den is for myself,
Okay.
that I'm offering. I have my own Adirondack Rise LLC company I started, and I have my own insurance now. But I'm still going to continue to offer the free Pilates classes through Hannah, through the town of Webb Rec, because I think that's a great thing that the town offers. And we do the Pilates. We also do a cardio class.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think is a fair fee? $20 a usage? I mean, if we charge 50 for a month, it's 20.
20 per usage just
Well,
sounds
per
fair to
usage,
me. I mean, it has to be something, as much as we'd love to just be like,
No,
thanks
I
for doing
agree.
it.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
So you don't charge for the class? It's-
Yes,
it's a-
she does.
The one I
Charge
do
for
through the
class.
rec
That's why we
department
kind of
is
have
a
to
free
charge
class.
something.
But the ones I do on my own, I charge $10 a class, and after 4 classes, if you come to 4 classes, your 5th class is free,
Yeah, okay.
just to try to.
She does charge.
Yes.
Yeah, out of fairness, I'm cool with, you suggested
Are you
20.
guys all right with $20 per day, per usage?
20 cents.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that would get it more expensive than the $50 a month then, correct?
But she's not regularly
She's
using it.
Not regularly using it.
And the 50's grandfathered.
Yeah.
$20 is fair, thank you.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks,
All
Tina.
Go to
Thank
20.
I wanted to just a shout out to Sally Gangle, Sue and Company for the beautiful planting that you see everywhere. That's a volunteer group and they take a long time doing the planting. They do a great job. What else? Oh, the grants that this office is currently working on. We'll be applying for the WIA grant for $6 million to do our underground infrastructure. The Northern Border Commission grant, we're gonna try to get $1 million for, which will be applied for soon. These are previous announcements. New announcements, the CFA has a reconstruction infrastructure grant for pro-housing communities. So I think we should look into that. The RFA has a building recreation infrastructure for kids and seniors, also called New York Bricks, which was just announced. So I think we should look to see if we have the criteria for either of those. Other than that, I don't have anything. How about you?
I do.
Okay. And I didn't forget you.
Okay. I have a few things. So we have junk days coming up, June 7th. June 14th and the 21st are White Metals Day. Make sure you have your sticker in your car. And you do need to have an extra permit for anything that contains CFCs, refrigerator, freezers, air conditioners, and tires. So, but that's the next 2 Saturdays, 8 to 4. And then I have a couple things from Scott Gaffney. So this is from Scott. It's the time of year when our little town is starting to get busy with more people. Just a friendly reminder that our sewers in the village are under stress. So please remember that the flushable wipes that are labeled flushable on the packages are in fact not sewer friendly and do not break down like the package says. They cause blockages in our system and the town needs to unclog by spending many man hours and money unclogging. Please only flush bathroom tissue at home and in our public restrooms. Thank you. Have a great and safe summer. Scott Gaffney, DPW Superintendent, and Alex Ross, Wastewater Treatment Plant Operator. That also will go on our website, just a little reminder. And also Town Web Transfer Station, don't forget to have your stickers to be using it. And any visitors who are renting or just have to get rid of garbage, they need to obtain the labels for garbage. They're $2 a piece and they're available at my office or the Town Clerk's office, or Information Center office. Same program we were on last year, it's still in effect.
Thank
That's what I
you
got.
very much. All right, off to the members of assembly. Please state your name for the record. Jamie, did you have anything this evening? We can start with you.
I got a few things.
Okay.
Calls for the district for the month was 12. We had a kind of a dangerous situation where an individual actually broke into some camps and then set one on fire. We cannot send in our firefighters or our first responders until the police department, law enforcement deems that the scene is safe. So once the scene was considered safe, Eagle Bay Fire got in and put the fire out pretty quickly with very little damage to the building. but it was a challenging call. We had our clam bake with about 100 people attended. I hope you that came had a good time. Everybody, I think, had a pretty good time. Food was excellent. We got the top of our bus painted. The yellow was showing through the white. The white was peeling off, and it was beginning to look a little ratty. So we got the top of the bus painted white, and it came out great. We continue to have a few problems with our rescue truck. We found that one of the axle seals was leaking and got oil on the brakes, and they need to be replaced, and the axle seal needs to be replaced. So that'll be going out of service for about a week while we get that repaired. The high railer has been picked up, and it is down getting the cap put on it, and perimeter lighting and the emergency lighting is being put on. So we're moving along with that as fast as we can. You know, we have to rely on other people, so we get it done as quick as we can. Bingo starts June 30th, first night, 7 p.m. Okay, and we have a kind of a celebration coming up at our next meeting, July 2nd. Our junior firefighters will be graduating. They will be turning in their blue helmets that identifies them as junior members, and will be issued black helmets to identify them as firefighters.
Cool.
So at 5:30, we're going to have a graduation party before our meeting, and we're inviting their parents to thank them for having the courage and allowing us to have their children and turn them into firefighters. And hopefully we put them on the right path. So that will be on July 2nd at 5:30. Any of the board members that would like to attend are more than welcome, and help us celebrate a crossroads that they've reached. Okay, on June 14th, Dad Fest, the fire department will be doing the food concession, and that will be to benefit the Ladies Auxiliary and the Juniors Firefighters Program. And if you get over to Dad Fest, please stop by, get something to eat, and support the juniors and the Ladies Auxiliary. That's all I got.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thanks, Jamie.
Very nice. Anyone else? Yes.
I'm Linda Wheel from the Old Forge Library, and I did pass out our hot off the press newsletter. I just wanted to bring a couple June program to the forefront. We are celebrating in June three celebrations where we gather and feed and meet as a community. The first is Juneteenth on Juneteenth. So June 18th from 4 to 7, we have a cookout, we have a blues band, we're giving away books for the kids. On the 20th, which is a Friday, we'll have the solstice. I've got the biggest marshmallows you've ever seen for our s'mores.
Nice.
And that's also at 4 p.m. And on Thursday, the 26th, we'll celebrate Pride. We got a banging DJ. We've got sand art. I don't know how you could beat it. All three of those were supported by a grant from outside our community, from the Community Foundation of Herkimer and Oneida County. So none of your tax dollars are going into it, but you can all enjoy it. There's going to be a lot of food. I'm really excited about the mac and cheese and baked potato bar at Pride. We've never tried that. I've never had that. It sounds awesome. I'm really psyched. So I hope that some of you can join us. Certainly, as mentioned, lots of volunteer opportunities. We got to chop a lot of vegetables for this mac and cheese bar. So let me know.
Thank you. Sounds like fun.
18, 19, and 20 is that's 18th is an event, and then 19th library is closed, and 20th is another event. That's fantastic. 3 days.
Anyone else? Yes.
So I had spoke before and talked to you about signage for the snowmobile trails. And I talked to Luke Langworthy, and this is a prototype that he came up with. And I told him these were the colors that I thought would be good, just to kind of blend with the Adirondack Park signs. They are, they're 8 by 14 or 14 by 8. and they're around $40 a piece. They're on a aluminum with vinyl stickers on them. They're only a 1/4 inch thick. He's made me a sign like this for the corner of one of my, to get to my place. But this, I just think, we need to address this sooner rather than later, because we can't wait till winter time to try to hang these, if we were gonna have them allowed. And again, what I kind of propose or think would be a good idea is limit how many people can have. Like, we can't have a ton of them, but if you say you can have 3 and these are the spots you're allowed to put them, or even if for people within the town on certain posts that they're allowed to do it, but, and be realistic, I think you need to limit this, how many they can put up. And, I know I personally would be willing to pay for mine. But I'd also, hey, town was gonna do half and half, they'd be great too. But I just think it's necessary for people coming into the area who don't know how to get to certain businesses, or they don't know what the Glenmore is. They don't know that it has food. So I just think it'd be a lot more user-friendly for people coming into the area.
Perfect, thank you, Beth.
Reflective.
I don't even know.
Sometimes they make.
Oh, that would be a good idea.
They do, because they might not know from smuggling in other places, they
Mhm.
might not know what little boxes, but if you had food and you had, a drink or a bathroom, stuff
Right.
like that.
Oh, no, that's a
That
good
put a
idea.
symbol on them, it
Mhm.
helps when you're snowmobiling, it does help when you're snowmobiling.
Sure.
It's a symbol.
Yeah,
you.
this was just a quick one, I just had them,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
no,
you
but
could get it
it's-
what it
yeah.
looks like, but yeah, I think that would be a great idea, it would make sense. So,
Yeah, go ahead.
So I have a question for you, Beth. I remember that being brought up. And I remember Bob DiOrio was in the audience and he said something about that. And of course, thinking about the request, I was kind of thinking of our trail system. And did anybody go out and say where they think that one of these signs, where the right spots would be? Because everybody starts from a different place and everybody goes to different corners, and somewhere, I guess, if you go out there and you want to go to Diorio's from here, there's gonna be a sign,
Yeah.
but not out there, so where do these go? Did anybody
right,
think of
so one
that?
of the things that I was thinking, obviously, is gonna be different for the different businesses, right?
Correct.
But again, that's why I said you need to limit, and then it's up to that business owner to say these, where we're designated that we could put them, I want mine here, here, and here, something like that.
And like you have rooms, so you want to have a single clear room, you know what I mean, like, that's
Mhm.
when I go places out of here, that's what you're doing, not if you need something.
Right.
But you know what's on.
You see a bed.
Right, exactly.
I was thinking more, obviously, the main 3 entrances into the trail are gonna be North Street, Trail 6, and Trail 2. You could even say 10, but I'd rather say 2. So, I think those are your main entrances into the trail system. That's where I would think maybe, and then I personally would want one in the middle, direct towards me. So, well, I'm not saying I wanna have
No, but
about
I'm
4
being-
spots, I'm just saying
that-
like that's,
yeah, right.
that's where I think, you're gonna find logically, as another snowmobiler, what do you think? You've got the 3 real main entrances, and then,
Just depends on the intersecting trails come in.
Right, exactly.
That's my point,
I think that's a fair point.
to say how to get from where you want to start to your
well,
business.
we could even,
You could put 30 signs to get to that one spot.
we could maybe even think about QR codes out there. And if they QR coded it, it would give them, you have to see if it would give them directions on their GPS from that. That might even be something we could look at the trail system.
It's a great idea and the right time to address it for sure.
The GPS thing, I think a lot of people are doing nowadays, aren't they?
I really like the QR code idea.
Yeah, I hadn't
A lot of them
thought about
are
that.
establishments already on them.
I do have a question though, why is the
So
kiosk sign for North Street on the side that it's on?
Returning sign.
Well, if you were getting onto the trail, it's on your left, and now you have to go over where everyone's coming at you to go to the kiosk, or whatever you wanna call
Well,
it.
that's where the parking area is, isn't it? Is that what?
I don't know, do you,
Yeah,
does the town not own the other side? I guess that's what I'm
Area right
asking.
there, so they probably did that because the people pull up.
Yeah,
Well, and that's
right, but
also
really, we want it as you're going in.
land that we can put on. The other land's privately owned.
Well, that might be.
Oh, the land on the other side is private.
Land on the other side,
Okay,
land on the other side is privately owned.
Town doesn't have anything to do with it, I think.
okay.
That would be another thing with signage, is some of the state places we can't put signs.
Mm-hmm,
Rail 10 would be a little bit of an issue, I'm pretty sure.
mm-hmm. Right, but I mean, that's just, I mean, I do think it's extremely important that it happens before next season. And that's why I unfortunately couldn't come last month, but, I would have addressed it last month. So, and let's do it, if it's gonna be allowed, and if we are gonna do it, I think it needs to happen sooner rather than later.
Sounds good, thank you. We have a new supervisor that'll be in that department pretty soon, so
Oh, right,
so we can get together with him and ask him like what the areas would be a good location for that. Yes, sir.
I think that if you're gonna put signs out there, you better put in some non-backable screws in them. Because I can guarantee you that the ones that say like.
Be in everybody's
"Sign up
camp."
and stuff are gonna be in every man cave. They're
Oh,
gonna
right.
steal. So if you put in the one-way screws where they can't take them out, they're either gonna have to break them to get them down, or they're not gonna be able to get them down. Because they will steal them. Unfortunately, this is the world we live in.
I know. Anyone else? Yes.
Robin Hill, Living ADK, helping Kyle with a Wattis Foundation grant for some North Street projects. We are hosting the Meet the Candidate Night at View on September 24th from 7 to 9. We received good updates from Herkimer County Legislature about the South Shore Road fiber optic expansion. The USDA has released them to start working with their contractor, I believe. The farmers market opens June 20th, 1 o'clock, North Street, and we're also hosting the Alzheimer's Caregiver Support Walk at Fern Park on June 21st at 11 o'clock, and a lot of the businesses in and around Old Forge and Inlet have been great, being project supporters and providing some raffle prizes, so we appreciate that. So come on out and walk. It's only a 2-mile walk and it'll be fun.
What time?
11 o'clock, Fern Park.
Those days are gone.
Yeah, scooter chairs. Thank you, Robin. We're excited about farmers market.
Did you get your shed in over there?
I've heard a lot of
Yes.
people talk.
Yeah, it came in last Thursday, and thanks to Chuck, he had gotten the raised pad ready for us, and we may try to kind of enclose that a little bit to prevent all the gravel to stay in place.
Sure.
So, just secure that a little more, but try to get some signage on it. We had 2 families donate the money for it, so we'd like to get their names acknowledged.
Yeah, cool, awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, it came out good and
It looks good.
blends in with the area, so
Thank you.
thank you.
Anyone else? Yes.
Tina Uckel, assessor. I just wanted to say thank you for approving the cyclical reassessment plan. The reason is after several years without a reassessment, some properties will be over-assessed and some will be under-assessed. And that's because some properties will have increased in value while others may have decreased and stayed the same. Without a reassessment, all of the properties will continue to pay the same amount of taxes. And I won't continue to bore everybody with that information. So, please, if anybody has questions, I have flyers, all kinds of information that we are putting out on our website. Assessment versus taxes, what's the difference? I have all kinds, fair assessments. So if anybody please has any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I love to talk people's ears off about it.
Thank you,
And
Tina.
thank you for getting out that information to Robin Hill on the senior exemption. That's very important, that people are aware of the exemptions that are out there for them, especially our seniors, our aging population, and this being their primary residence. That is one of the requirements to qualify. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Bonnie, I got something for the board.
Sure.
You guys, we did save a bunch of those chairs and we really haven't talked about what we're doing with those.
So
So we need to think about
I
that.
have, one of them's been repurposed, one of them's been, the seat's been redone, and they painted it, and they're building a platform for it. And it'll go into Point Park. I asked them, where do you wanna put it first? They think the first one should go in Point Park. That came from Macaulay. So they're building it to go somewhere into the Point Park, and then they're gonna take another one and do it. So they were gonna do it one at a time, and then we could discuss where they go. They thought maybe the lakefront with a couple.
Yeah, we're loaning two after to put up on the mountain bike.
On
On mountain bike
bike
trails, I did
trails.
know that, yep.
And then we still have a couple more, but one is ready to be put into a frame. And they're building like a metal frame for it that can go into the ground so it can't get stolen, like Jamie said.
Would you guys be opposed to asking the Historical Society if they might want one, or the Blue Mountain Museum or something like that? I mean, I don't know.
I have no problem with that. I actually want to re-ask the question, and Kevin, now that you're here, the New York State Museum down in Albany, they surprisingly enough have almost little to nothing in the ski ensemble of items. It was proposed to me. Full disclosure, my brother works for the governor's office and has been doing media bits for the museum, and he brought it up to their director. And he thought it would be a great idea to have a part of our history in the hands of the New York State Museum. So when they are able to put an exhibit together, we have our statement there. That's, it's one of the chairs with a story about the mountain and what the mountain has produced over the years. I think it would go a long way.
I'm in favor of it.
Yeah.
Kevin?
Yeah, I like that. I also think our,
Historical,
should
yes.
get one.
Didn't we talk about giving them one, or did we not? Like,
Museum?
well, no, the Historical Society.
We just threw some ideas around, but we really, I mean, we have.
Because they can just put one right
Yeah, I
up
guess
there
we
next
never
to that
really
fire
got to
truck's
final.
nice little sitting spot, right?
Well,
Next to that
just some
fire
ideas.
truck. The one at the lakefront, so you can write some tickets for people backing over there.
So Kevin's still tripping over him. Like
Anyone else in the audience like to say?
They're everywhere.
Do I have a motion to pay the audit of claims?
I'll make the motion.
Kyle, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
That was Tom, sorry, I wrote down the wrong one. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
They all jumped on that. And do I have a second? Go ahead, they all did it.
Second.
All in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thanks, guys.
Good talk, man.